Shall we play a game?
Whiz, the more you play, the smarter you get.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Vintage Gaming Memories. In this video, I will do my very best to attempt to spark some memories on this collection of mine that is almost fully complete. Now this is Coleco's Quiz Whiz that came out in 1979, which is this. It's a handheld trivia game that you need to connect to a cartridge in order to have questions to answer. Now there's a total of 30 cartridges that came in the set. These cartridges came out from 1979 through 1982, and each are sold separately from this main Quiz Whiz system, except for cartridge number 1, which came with it. Now each of the 30 cartridges were categorized by themes. So for example, I have here cartridge number 3, themed is movies and TV, 1001 questions. And then an example here is number 7, 1001 questions on Math Mania. So different themes which would keep you interested in trying to see your knowledge, where you stand with your opponent or even by yourself. So of the 30 cartridges that were made available, I currently own 28, but in a second it will be 29 with this latest edition in this box. Now many of the cartridges do have the original box it came in. I don't mean this type of box, but actually the box that this would slide into. I do have quite a few of those. Not all of my cartridges have boxes, but that's okay because all my cartridges are out of the box and on a shelf to look at. And the one in this box here will not have a box for the cartridge to slide into, which is totally fine. But let's open this up and check it out. I know there's some extras in here as well. So let's check this out. And while I open this, if you like what you see here or in my previous videos, please be sure to subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Every subscription gets me closer to my personal goal of seeing if I can get to 1,000 in less than 10 months. And right now I'm in month 5, so we shall see. Okay. Well, doesn't really need to be packed too well in here because it's not fragile and there's no packing other than the box, so that's fine. But let's see what I got here. So this is the main one, as I mentioned. They came with the system itself, which is this. So that is expected. And this is the one I was looking for. I do not have, well, I do now. I needed number 30 to make it my 29th cartridge, and I still need one more after this. And I will hopefully get that soon. And it looks decent. I mean, the book itself, all my books don't have any tears in it or writing. Like the writing would be in the back where you keep score. And this one looks clean. I mean, it needs to be cleaned, but it doesn't look too bad. It's kind of not my best condition one, but we'll clean this up. And yeah, there is an extra one in here as well. This is number 28, Ripley's Believe It or Not. And this one's very bad. I mean, it's hanging on a limb here. But again, I didn't really buy this for this one. All I wanted was number 30. So let me clean this up and I'll show you how this works with the Quiz Whiz system. This is the before. So now this is the after for number 30. When I cleaned it up, it did get a lot of dirt off of it. It's white, so I needed to get a good rub down on this, and it looks a lot better. Clean the contacts as well before I try this out, but it is definitely different in appearance. It's a lot cleaner. You can't do much on the paper stuff. You can do a light cleaning. You don't want to press too hard and get the actual ink to come off and actually make the paper also weathered up a little bit and thinned out because it does soak it in. So I just did a really brief cleaning on it and brushed through all the pages to make sure nothing's in there. So we are ready to go. This system is so simple. I mean, they call this the computer, and it takes one 9-volt battery. A lot of times when you do find these, you won't find the cover, so I'm happy to say I have that. And you don't really need the cover because you'll see how this inserts, but it's nice to have. There's a little hole here, which is how this latches onto it, and here is the contacts that go right into there. So it slides right in and stays nice and tight. It takes a little coordination. You kind of look in the bottom here to make sure you get the notch in. All right, there you go. What's nice about these cartridges as well is they has a little number in here so you know which one you're playing on, 30. And you definitely need the book because without that you don't know what questions are being asked. So it's inserted. Very simple concept. You got a yes and a no indicator light. You have number pad 0 through 9. And you have selections for your answers, A, B, C, D, an answer button, and a clear button. Really simple. And let's just turn this on. Now, when you turn it on, nothing happens. You're thinking, does this even work? It's on. So there is a test question on here just to make sure your system is running properly and it's connected. They have this in every one of them. This is the sample or test question you could have. First thing you do is you put the question number that you want to answer. So this sample question is question 0. I press 0, and then you go ahead and select your answer, A, B, C, or D. The correct answer is D, but I will do A, and then I'll do answer. Obviously that was wrong. So the correct answer should be D. To do that, again, you should clear it. Then hit the question number, then the correct answer, which is D, and then hit the answer button, and there you go. So I know this is working as far as indicating a correct answer goes. Let's just take a look at one question or a few questions in here. Again, fascinating facts about animals. I don't know how well I'll do on this. Now, I mean, these are birds. Let me find small mammals. Horses, cats. How about some dogs? There we go. Let's see. All right, well, like this is something that could change. Question number 11. There are currently about blank million dog owners in the United States. Is it 411 million dog owners, 41 million, 4 million, or 1 million? What do you guys think? I am going to clear it, do number 11. And I'm going to go with definitely not 411. I will say B, 41 million. Yep. So that's how this works. Let's see if I get one wrong here. Which of the following breeds require the most calories per day? Well, Great Dane, I want to go. It's the biggest dog on the list here. Pekingese, Great Dane, Chihuahua, or a Dachshund. I'm going to go Great Dane. So 14, clear, 14, B, answer. See, let's see. Number 8. A dog's most important and distinctive sense is that of A, sight, B, smell, C, touch, or D, hearing. I'm going to go smell because they like to smell everything. So clear it, 8. We're going to go with smell, B. So that's how it goes. I can go on all day with this. It's pretty cool. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff in here, different types of animals. You got farm animals, you've got horses, you've got cats, you've got dogs. So that's pretty much it for this cartridge. I like that every one of them has 1,001 questions. Good marketing on that. I did say there was a couple different quiz whiz systems. Well, there is, which is this one. Looks very close to it. It is just cosmetic. You know, the answer buttons are different. The selection are different as well. On and off is different as far as the covering for the sticker goes. LEDs are different. I mean, it's the same concept, it just laid out a little bit differently. Still takes a 9-volt battery as well. Don't know which one came first, but that's one difference. And the other game system is this one here called the Quiz Whiz Challenger. I'll probably have to do a separate video on this one because I don't want to take up too much time on this one, and there's a lot to go over. I mean, concept-wise, there's a hood. 1 to 4 players can play this, and it's nice that you can't see what your selections are when you're playing with more than one player. It does keep track of who's winning and the scoring in this one, but it does use the same cartridges from the original Quiz Whiz, so that's nice. And on the bottom, you'll see something pretty interesting. You might think, wow, this takes up 2 batteries. No, it doesn't take 2 batteries. Yes, it has one 9-volt compartment, but this one is not a battery compartment. Instead, it's a color marker that each player will have to select, and that's just an indicator of what your player color is. Now with this Quiz Whiz system, you can play 1 to 2 players, or up to as many as you want, actually, because the way they score this, or at least the way the instructions read for this, it suggests that the first player answers a group of questions, and then they track how many they got correct, and then they have a little scoring thing, as you might have saw, as I thumb through this. You get your player's name, and then you put how many correct answers you get per round. It does take a little bit of an honor rule system, because when you do put your answer, as you saw me select my answer and I hit the answer button, if I'm watching my opponent select an answer and knowing it's the wrong answer, I know not to do that when it's my turn for that particular question. That's the concept of playing this one. You just answer questions, a set of questions, however many you want. You just pick and choose out of which cartridge. You may say answer questions 458 through 468. Let's do that as one round. And then, of course, you would hand it over to the next player to answer the same set of questions and track and so forth. And if you want to play it by yourself, that's pretty simple. All you do is just go through the book and answer questions. You can keep track of your own score. Now, I do love the commercial for this Quiz Whiz system itself. Back in 1980, I think they had this commercial.
The Quiz Whiz!
Answer all my questions and you'll get an incredible prize. Start with this Quiz Whiz computer and this book of 1,001 questions. Then go on to other quiz books.
The book of lists.
Facts, figures.
Superheroes.
Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman.
And,
Robin!
music, TV.
People.
From Bantam Britannica Books.
Disasters. I've answered them all. Now what do I get?
The Smarts.
The smarts.
Quiz Whiz, the more you play, the smarter you get.
The thing it says in the commercial that it kind of stuck with me was, the more you play, the smarter you get. And that definitely is true for up to 1981 information, that is. In today's world, this may actually drive you crazy, because this information is 40 years ago, and it's not up to date, and it can be confusing and frustrating when you believe your answer to be correct, but the system itself says it's incorrect. And that would be mostly with trivia questions that you would see with perhaps sports, or maybe even in music, or whatever type of trivia that could change in time for records that are being broken. So you got to kind of think back in 1980 terms if you're going to be playing this today. Now, some things wouldn't change if they asked specifically of a year, but if you're looking at it as like who has the most home runs in a single season, well, it would be different from 1980 or 81 or 85 to today. But anyways, it still is very useful, informative, and pretty cool to look at. And I think, I've said this in my last video, and I'll say it again, because as you can see, I bought this one from eBay just to get number 30, and I did get extras. I got a Quiz Whiz number 1, along with the actual computer system, or they call it a computer unit, but it's really just a game system. And I also got number 28 cartridge with it. I have a ton of this. I may just give it away, as well as another contest, because it's just sitting around, and I think it's probably nice to give back. If you guys are interested in something like that, comment down below. Let me know what you all think. And also let me know if you ever had one of these back when you were a kid. And for me, I've never had this. I did see the commercials, never owned one. Fast forward 40 years, now I have almost all of them, and it's pretty cool, because it does bring you back in time, like I said, just to see some of these questions out here. I did play with my 10-year-old, not on this one, but on the other cartridges, and it was just pretty cool to see things. But I thought to myself, maybe we shouldn't play because he's learning things that are not accurate. So we stopped playing. Thanks again for checking out this video on Coleco's Quiz Whiz system and 29 of the 30 cartridges that I have, as you can see here. And until next time, keep that gaming passion from the past alive by living it today. Take care, everyone.